Last time on What's Your Damage?
The world right now seems like it's at a tipping point, and I'd like to nudge it in the right direction. When you say what piece of information do I want, what's the scope of this?
You are going to be contending with the end of the known world.
1 second. And Jorks goes in his robe and pulls out like a little notebook, just filled with questions upon questions. Like, how can I help the new Zhaoan guys get ready as soon as possible? How can I save Castile? How can I raise Okaat spirits? What's Death's favorite treat? One page that just says, Farstan? All I've got is questions. I don't know which one's the right one. So my question is this. Bahamut, what is the answer to the question I should be asking you right now?
What I have found out, that Evangeline has bonded the soul of the ancient red dragon that caused the withered lands to Malachor. And during the ceremony of colors, she will make her presence known. What I've also heard is that she is feeling something she hasn't felt in centuries. Regret. The question that you should ask me is, what is more powerful than hate?
What is more powerful than hate?
Grace.
Oh, you guys looking for a Moo cleric?
Team Story might have lost the plot.
Team Story
The
was...
plot is where you make it.
I rolled a 1 on it, but that's regardless, it's the wrong die. I rolled another 1.
Constitution, not wisdom.
Oh! Well, his constitution's worse.
I know.
So, you guys are in the capital city for Purple, Sajas, the technically advanced Wonder City. And you guys are back in Shalabin's Keep. And when you look out, you can see a populace that is celebrating. However, this time of the year carries with it a lot of memories of the Bladesinger War. Shalabin is standing before you, and you see in front of you is Shalabin, and then another Shalabin, looking exactly like Shalabin. And next to that Shalabin, the second one, is a small dwarf named Brunor, which Gus in particular has run across. You swore an oath to him.
Oh, yeah.
And Brunor turns to you, Gus, and he goes, I know that you're a lawman. Have you ever worked a bodyguard detail?
Yeah, and I can explain why my beard's white.
Yeah, why is your beard white?
Well, Dravine said since I was spending so much time there, I had to help out more, so I had to bleach her bathroom floors, and I was careless, and my beard kept getting in the bucket, and now it's white.
I'll tell you this much.
And the pants, like, they're not really red, like, they look kind of like orangish. Those are bleach stains too.
I'll tell you this much. It looks a little bit, it's throwing me off that your beard is so white and yet your mustache is so brown.
Yeah, people say it makes me look jolly.
It looks great. Yeah, it's a good look. Are you gonna?
You think you'll keep it up?
Well, what choice do I have?
Well, I imagine it'll grow out eventually.
Well, yeah, eventually, but until it doesn't, what you see is what you get.
Oh, I meant to ask you. Do you need a giant black belt with a giant buckle? Because I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah, it'll help. Speaking from one dwarf who's put on a couple of pounds during the
holiday season. What with the Night of Broken Peace. I can get that for you.
I feel like he needs a hat.
Yeah, And then Tim Gann peeks his head around the corner. He's like, I used to be the.
I used to be somebody.
I used to be the clothier of the adventurers. However, I see inferior product in front of me. I have a perfect hat, but well, no one goes to Tim Gann anymore. And he.
Well, who has the time saving the world from zombies, fighting fire and ice worm things?
Whales with sequential eyes. That was just creepy.
Don't even get me started on those eyes. The sequences they were in.
And Shalabin.
So do I get a hat or not? I feel like this is a loose end, and I'm sick of those.
And Shalabin asked Tim Gann how much it costs. Tim Gann says, "Oh, it can be had for a pittance. 600 gold pieces."
I forgot to write down how much gold I had when I leveled up.
300.
I think I have some extra. I haven't been shopping a lot at the Fantasy Sam's Club. I'll kick in the extra
what?
3.
I kind of see why people don't go to you that much with prices. It's a hat. Does it have
Is it a magic hat?
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, I don't want one of those. They make Burke nuts.
I think it introduces ennui to Burke.
I think it's more like existential dread.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, existential dread's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Oh, it doesn't do much except put a smile on every child's face, especially orphans."
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Well, I kind of don't really need a hat for that, though.
Well, it's true.
But I guess I'm not always looking directly at the orphans. Sometimes they'll just see, 600 gold piece, great price. Okaat, you said you got 300 for me?
Yeah, I'll kick in 3.
Great.
Just want to see this happen.
Are we all here?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are all together.
No. Oh boy. I was being quiet.
Yeah, you feeling all right, Burke?
You see, that I told you, the hat makes them weird.
Yeah, it's the hat makes me weird.
Yeah, it's a weird hat.
I was just in the corner over here feeling lonely, even though we're always together. Sometimes I just like to... I like to try to sulk and feel lonely, because I like those feelings.
Yep.
Sometimes. Not a lot, but... So I just kind of find the darker corner of whatever room we're in, or a cave, or, a good tree. We're outside, and then I'll just sort of kick at the ground a little bit.
That's like my favorite thing to do. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah. Sometimes, I'm not always cheery. Sometimes I sulk a little.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
okay.
It's been a time for sulking, I think.
It's not about anything.
No.
It's just
Doesn't have to
something
be.
I like to do.
Yeah.
I'm fine now.
I support your choices.
Let's talk about something else.
So Tim Gann comes back and he has this very lovely red hat in a triangular shape with a white trim and a giant white ball at the end.
That's going to go great with your beard.
Yeah, not my mustache so much, but...
Well,
are you going to keep bleaching your beard? I mean...
Well, no, but until it grows out.
It's going to stay like that. I don't know. That's cool.
And then Bruno goes, if you want to just have the mustache match the beard, I have some bathrooms you can scrub. Maybe you can get the mustache in that one that as well.
Don't stick your whole face in a dirty old bathroom bucket.
Yeah, I only did the beard on accident.
Yeah, well, Two-tone's a good color, too.
Isn't there a way you could safely do it in a sanitary, without having to scrub the floor?
But
Couldn't you just bleach your mustache a little?
Good thinking. Maybe the hat does have some good uses after all.
I like the way it looks, okay? God,
Oh, it's beautiful looking. It just... I don't know. Sometimes I'm not much of a thinking man, and I like to keep it that way.
I have a rich, dark inner life. I get moods sometimes.
Did he take the Okaat potion?
I'm just thinking about stuff.
I have a rich, dark inner life. Okay. So, with this hat, it's called the Hat of Festivities. This hat will grant a boon to any of your companions who look upon you. They will receive a use of expertise in a saving throw that they have to make. So you'll have proficiency in a saving throw that you have to make as long as he's in the party.
Cool.
Yep. So that's on top of, because you have the aura as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the aura, and then you get a proficiency bonus.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yep. And you can also name pending. But yeah, and so you have red jeans on. Do you still wear jeans?
It's basically, you know how bleach stains look, how it's like orangish.
Yeah.
It's like that. Most
way.
of all of it. There's like tiny splotches of blue that didn't quite get hit.
So, yeah, you look like a rusted Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Trying to figure out how to make Okaat's nose glow.
nose ring?
Yeah. I already got the horns.
Yeah. And then, we need to get, well, your deputy would naturally wear all green. Probably candy stripe leggings. Does that sound good, deputy? Any hoozle.
Wait, me?
Deputy Burke.
What? I'm
you didn't use
sorry,
his
I
name.
was distracted.
Yeah, your inner life, right?
No, that is the appropriate use of deputy. No, he was right. I was just not paying attention. Let me see these pants.
And
This is what a podcast without Chris is.
Yep.
and yeah,
No plot at all.
God bless him. Really a weight carrying cleric right over there. Yes. So he
Need
has
a full team.
So what you notice is that what you notice is in Tim Gann's store, green is in. For this time of year, green is all the rage. And the only thing that he has to complement the green is stockings that are red and white. But Burke, he does tell you that the most happening dwarves happen to be wearing this green tunic with white and red stockings.
I don't always go for what everyone else is doing. I do like green, though. It makes me happy. But this certain arrangement of colors, this reminds me of something I can't quite put my finger on.
I mean, you
Green with red and a white, sort of like a candy stripes.
you were talking about ditching the
It's
jeans.
seasonal, but I am short, so there's a certain connotation to wearing these colors and being a smaller being. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't
these
change with the seasons, with the tides of fashion that come and go. I look for iconic, stable, long-standing looks, like jeans.
Yeah, I mean, these striped leggings are
Jeans
so
never
long.
look bad.
They look like they belong on an elf.
I mean, look at mine. They're covered in bleach and look fine.
Yeah, they actually look better when they're kind of distressed.
It was a really good joke that nobody heard.
I heard it.
Who? Where?
It's too late. The moment's gone.
I can't hear everything. I only have 2 ears, you know? And
And only one
your
mouth.
voice is actually only in one of them. All of your voices. Because of how I hold my cans.
So
I don't want to wear these stupid red striped pants. I need some dark and brooding colors.
I have a maroon.
What about this forest green?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
With
And
a
then,
nice, maybe brown, with a nice brown pant.
well, there is a maroon.
Pantaloon.
There's a maroon and off-white legging.
What the is going on here?
I like the green tunic, brown pants look, honestly. And he could have a hat like Gus's that was also green.
I've never thought about
His
this.
sword and his shield.
Does he have
What
a,
are we doing? Are we dressing? We playing dress up now? Is this my makeover day? What in the name of Wagyu's happening? Did you plan this?
Did I?
Nope.
Is this a makeover thing?
I just
You guys are
explained
talking
why
about
I
how I
had a
need
white
new
beard
clothes.
and things have gotten out of hand.
Very much so.
You got this white beard and these distressed jeans, and you look really cool. And now I feel like I need a cooler look. And I don't know if it's these red and white pants. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Tim, what should I do?
And Tim just goes, look, you want a classic look?
Yeah.
Okay. The most classic look that you can go for is in the most classic look. I'll be honest with you. The most classic
Okay.
look you can go for is,
Mhm.
I'm just going to say it,
Sure.
leather jacket, blue jeans,
Mm,
white shirt.
pretty
That's
classic.
that's as classic as you get. That's classic Galean. But if you don't want
Sounds like a
if you don't want to follow what everybody else is doing,
sounds like the CEO of a company who thinks he's a little bit rock and roll.
if you don't want to follow what everybody else is doing,
He you know, it's like it sounds like a good look. Leather jacket.
but if you don't want to follow what everyone else is doing, you want to be an individual, right?
Yeah.
You want to be
do.
Burke the dwarf, right?
Well, yeah, I am.
Yeah, and you're great at it. You know what? You know what would look great on Burke the
Pretty
dwarf?
good. Sure. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out, Tim.
White shirt, black
White
jacket,
shirt. Black.
candy striped leggings.
No, I'm not wearing these candy stripe. You
No,
call
just-
them candy stripe now, and I started that. Because I've seen a candy once in the window that was that, and that's the only thing it reminded me of.
Burke, baby, look, I've seen you. I've met you.
What's this baby? You calling me baby now?
Yeah, I met you 2 years ago, and when I first saw you, I said that's a man who needs to wear red and white leggings.
I mean, what is going to happen if I put them on? Like
You're gonna fall in love, is what you're gonna do. You're gonna brood in that corner, and you're gonna brood about how much you love this thing that you'll probably lose, because that's what life is: loss.
I mean, I usually keep my pants.
You have 2 of them. That's a whole lot. You
That's
can.
That is
not
a lot.
actually true.
You have a whole bunch of pants. Add stockings to it.
Well, stockings. Am I going to get cold?
No leggings, man. We were talking about leggings just a little bit ago
Yeah,
while we were
leggings.
climbing up the mountain. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They were gonna make your buns look so good.
Oh, yeah.
Girl.
Girl.
I think you should try them on. You can just try them on. There's no harm in trying them on.
Fine. You all want to get a peek of me in these damn leggings so bad. I'll put them on. I'll go back into the back here. And then I'll come back when they're on.
All right. So Shalabin
Yeah.
or Shalabin.
Yeah. So basically, what we're gonna do today is remember the first time you ever came here, and how
Boy, do I.
and how you guys played a sports game for
Yeah.
battles.
No.
Well, we're gonna do that again. Oh, I'm sorry, Gus. Yeah, the first time that I ever met these three and Sylvester, he was an interesting older man with a affection for spiders.
I think affection doesn't even begin to cover it.
Well, that's what I'm comfortable saying. So, what we're going to do instead is, because we are going to be guarding a very high priority target, is to have you do battle simulations in various different environments with different conditions to see how you guys do.
Question.
Yes.
How is a simulation different from a simulacrum?
A simulacrum is one that, oh, look at that.
Is this like a road thoroughfare thing where they're the same but not the same?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's all I need to know. Not going down this rabbit hole.
Just a quick point of clarification, because I do remember the sports thing, and then I remember
the fire
and the being whisked away to the withered lands against our will.
Oh no, this will be actually, instead of having to go outside my stronghold, it'll be here. So this is the safest place for you guys to be. I totally understand why you would have trepidation, but you'll be fighting my elite guards.
Okay.
So, where is Burke?
I think
Is he
he's still in the changing room.
Jinx, personal jinx. So we'll begin the first simulation/simulacrum.
Hey, I'm back with my new pants.
Damn.
They're tight.
They look good.
They are tight.
Looks good on you.
They are making things visible that maybe shouldn't be.
I think that's why the tunic. They're usually a little longer than the
it hangs
shirt
down a
you're
little
wearing.
bit.
Yeah.
Untuck your shirt.
Yeah. Untuck your shirt. See how that looks.
Alright. I tucked my shirt right into the leggings. That seemed like what I should do. But it's bunching up in weird ways.
That might be part of...
Yeah, I think it's part of what we were seeing here.
Yeah.
Is, in fact, part of my shirt. So...
Yeah. Is that your shirt in your pocket?
Are you happy to see?
It's not in my pocket. It is fully in the pants.
So,
and it is mostly shirt, I assure you.
So, we're going to begin the training sessions in about half an hour. There's a canteen. If you go through the doors to your left, you will see the cantina. You'll see the other teams that you'll be scrimmaging against, and then through there.
All right. Well, I gotta let you know before we're gonna be doing training that I practice like I play, and I don't hold back.
Yep. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Good.
You will also be.
Just wanted everyone to know what they were getting ready for. I'm not softballing this one. No pun intended. My balls are showing. Looking like candy.
I hadn't noticed until you brought
This is
it
what we're talking about with the shirt and everything.
So, 30 minutes. You will also all be granted 2 potions of superior healing to take care of you.
To replace Jorix.
Oh, yeah. Where is Jorix?
I don't... Oh, he
Well,
he went
I think
off...
he heard training and thought it was sports and, ran to the nearest library to hide in a book.
No, he went off on a fun adventure with Castile that only he gets to go on. which is fine.
Well,
I
I
have no
like
feelings
my
about it.
story better.
So she goes, so please go through the cantina. There will be the attendant will give you 2 healing potions each, and you can mingle with the other guards.
All right.
So what do you guys do?
I gotta mingle
Well,
now
I
with these
love
new
mingling,
pants.
so
Do I have to
let's-
pay for these pants?
If you and Tim
We didn't
Gan-
finish my outfit, I feel like, and we jumped into something else when I thought it was gonna mostly be about how my new look is going.
How about if you guys are the last team standing, free pants. They're regularly 500 gold piece.
Wow, I don't have that much gold, so.
So can I just get money back from the hat, like 100 gold? 'Cause I'm all set on pants.
Why do you guys have so much more money than I do? Usually I have a similar amount.
I had no idea how much I had, so I just asked God, and he said it's 300.
Did I miss a paycheck or something?
No, I just didn't spend much at the last Fantasy Sam's Club, so I had some extra.
Well, look at me. I'm just spending away.
Well, I mean,
All the pants in the world.
it's the better
New
thing
pants.
to do with
They
it,
just
I
talked
think.
me right into it. Well, if they're free.
Yeah, you can't take it all with you,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I hope you will accept them slightly soiled if I leave them back. By the dirt from the training, because I play like I practice like I play.
I didn't say anything.
I heard a snicker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard a definite snickering.
No.
You guys ready to mingle? You guys ready to do this? Let's go. Let's go meet some of the guys.
I have to.
Apparently, we do.
Yeah. All right. Let's go fucking mingle.
Okay. As you guys enter through the door, you see first thing that you see is a Vidalkin.
Frick is the Vidalkin.
What the Fidalkin is that?
A Vidalkin. A Vidalkin is a very tall, slender, blue-skinned race, highly intelligent, very stately, also seemingly not from this world. And as they stand stick straight, they say, "Good evening. I believe these are for you." And he...
Whoa, Burke, check it out. New voice.
Yeah.
I
You must not be from this planet.
I believe that I
Well,
have
wait a minute. What?
always had this voice.
What planet do you think he's from?
Hey, what planet are you from? You're not one of the usual voices people on this planet have.
Oh, I'm sorry about my friend. He's just very curious. He doesn't mean to offend. He's just kind of.
I love people from
I
other
didn't say that.
planets.
He,
Yeah.
No,
He loves everyone, mostly.
Not evil Angeline, but yeah, everyone else.
No, I understand. I'm from a very dark part of the Green Nation.
Well, there can't be darkness without light. Oh, hey, do you know Trothan?
Do I know Trothan? I do not. Who is Trothan?
Oh, it's just this tree I need to give a statue to.
Oh, a tree. That doesn't sound strange at all. Here's your potions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you and hearing your voice.
Oh, my pleasure.
Wait, are you a god in disguise? Gods always have their own voice.
Sorry about my friend. He is just very curious. He
Why?
doesn't necessarily think everyone's a god, but you're embarrassing us in front of the tall guy.
Well, that's on you.
Yeah, what do you mean us? I'm not embarrassed. I'm just amused.
I am embarrassed.
And the Vidalkin, whose name was not asked for, just says, "No, I am not a god, but..."
I thought your name was Vidalkin.
No.
You're a Vidalkin.
Yes.
I'm Burke. Nice to meet you. This is Gus.
Yeah, Gus, just
And-
Goldhammer, Gus for short. Friends call me Gus, you can call me Gus.
Yeah, it's Gus.
But it's Gus's
And
Goldhammer, so if someone says, hey, do you know Gus's Goldhammer? I don't want you to be like, no, I know a Gus, but not a Gus's Goldhammer. Same guy.
This is the one they're talking about. Gus's Goldhammer.
Sheriff Goldhammer, some people call me.
Well,
I'm a deputy Burke.
You don't have to say Burke. You're the only deputy around.
Yeah, but this guy doesn't know his name.
Yeah, but I mean, my full title would be deputy Burke, the dwarf.
That's so confusing.
well, I'm thoroughly charmed.
And I'm Okaat. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm gonna go sit down.
That's Okaat. She's not embarrassed.
And he just nods slowly, and he closes his eyes, and you can imagine him counting to 10. And as you sit down, Okaat, you find that there are many different cafeteria-style tables.
Great.
I'm going to assume
classic setup.
I'm going to assume that you're going to go to one that has less people on it.
Yeah. Anyone says anything about my fucking horns, it's gonna pop off right here.
And
She mutters to herself as she sits.
and you find
Suddenly, she has a tray with the potions on it.
and you find yourself sitting across from a figure who has a robe on, and underneath the robe you see that they are wearing a white mask with red markings underneath the eyes. And when you try to look at the face itself, you do not see eyes looking back. You just see a darkness there.
Well, this seems like my kind of people.
And it looks at you, and
How would I know?
because the face would turn towards you. And the face turns towards you, and
I give it a sup nod.
it looks its head rotates back to center, and it looks like it puts its hands up and it begins to meditate. And as it does, you start to see, or you start to notice that a chill kind of comes around the two of you, as if they are an ice mage of some kind.
You know, if you wanted me to leave, you could just say so.
And you hear in your mind, "Oh, I didn't want you to leave. I just don't have a mouth."
So, thus, ice?
Well, I find that my powers tend to be focused on ice and wind.
Cool. I'm Okaat. Nice to meet you.
There are things from the void. Ice and wind.
Yep.
The void. My interior life is dark but interesting. I forgot what he said.
Tell me more about the void. I'm fascinated.
Oh, the void is the thing that it is a thing that we leave to return to.
Yep. That sounds right.
I tend to not be popular amongst my fellow not assassins. We wouldn't be called assassins. We would be called extremely lethal protectors.
I see.
But I believe that I will be facing you three in the first round.
Sounds about right.
I didn't sit down there.
I saw you three walk together. He asked the Vidalcan.
A lot of questions.
Is that his name? Is he a god? He is not a god.
I gathered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I look forward to attempting to defeat you.
I appreciate that you phrased it that way.
Oh. I have heard much about the not four of you. There used to be another one.
Mm-hmm.
You have been gaining quite a reputation.
Oh, no.
If somebody prophesizes the end of the world, we tend to hear about it.
Yeah, that was that wasn't really on purpose.
Oofa doofa, huh?
Indeed.
Indeed. done.
I didn't catch your name.
My name is Silarina,
Celerina. I like you.
and I like you. And
Just the way you are.
Aw. And Celerina puts their fingers together, and you see that these fingers are just they are incredibly pale with very long fingernails. And very, like, they're almost bone thin, but not quite. And the fingernails are red.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I find it to be a very good and jolly color scheme.
It's a good color on you.
Thank you.
It's like a powerful color, you know?
Yes. For my people, it is something our nails, I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say that our nails denote how many people we've killed. And red.
Is it the highest number? I'm going to guess
Second.
it's the highest.
Second.
Oh, is black the highest? Like black belt?
Pink.
Oh. Subversive. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And they levitate, and they start to go towards a giant door.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
It's been a pleasure. I suspect we will soon be engaged in battle.
I suspect.
And I get to choose the battlefield.
Cool.
Toodles.
Bye. Wow, that was fun. Okaat says to herself. Is there anyone else at the table? Or was that the only one?
Most people were not hanging out at that table.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'd hoped for.
Who all is in this room? I want to mingle.
So the people that are in this room, you see in the corner what looks like 4 Chads.
Chad.
Cats.
Yep.
Not just like a regular guy.
Nope. They are like it is a dragonborn, an elf, a human, and a dwarf, and they're all wearing. You've never seen this before, but they're all wearing
Don't say red and white pants. Don't say red and white pants. Don't say red and white pants.
They are all wearing red Letterman jackets and white pants.
And they're all blonde.
And they're all blonde.
Oh, look at all those Chads over there.
Oh, I'm going to go talk to them. Find out their weaknesses.
Good idea.
So
I strut on over to the Chad.
all right. As you go over to the Chads, the Dragonborn goes, "Oh, sorry, little man, hold up," and he puts his.
I'm not a man, I'm a dwarf, but it's okay.
Well, you got to be this tall to talk to the Chads, and he puts his hand significantly higher than you.
That's strange. I'm talking to you and I'm not that tall. What a world.
And
Am I hearing this?
Yeah, I imagine you are, yeah. And he goes, and he points to the elf, and all of a sudden, like, you don't notice anything different happening, but the elf goes like this, and something occurred.
Goes like what exactly?
And it makes
Audibly?
a circular motion with their hands, and then a almost starburst from their hands to imitate some sort of magical gesture.
Well, I walk away because these guys seem like jerks and I don't want to waste my time with them.
I pull out my bee pipe.
And you can see as they start to, like, when Gus starts to walk away, the human high fives the Dragonborn. They're all having good chuckles.
1 bee per Chad. 2 for the Dragonborn.
All right. So that's a distraction, right?
Yeah, an annoyance.
Okay. They will be thoroughly annoyed as you send that their way. The human, I'm going to say the bee lands on the Dragonborn's snout. And the Dragonborn, little do you know, is not a fan of flying insects. And so he kind of...
It'd be great if he was allergic to bees.
He's kind of petrified by this. So the human slaps him on the slaps his snout. This then causes the other Chad, elf Chad, to laugh. However, because of the magical ability that they put up, they laugh in silence. And it just soon becomes a cluster F of just silence and bees and red and white Chads.
And
But
Okaat very discreetly tucks the pipe away. Mission accomplished.
As you are walking away from these people, you walk past a group of what looks like lifters, a bunch of mantids, who have very large spears, and and one of them has a trident. He seems to be the burliest and perhaps the I was going to say biggest. He's the burliest and perhaps the leader of these mantids.
Is that the guy I gave the lightning trident to?
Oh, it very well may be. Wink.
Hey, mantids. Oh, crap. Can I talk? Hey, do you guys speak common?
And they start to, what do you call it? Their, what is it called?
Mandibles?
Their mandibles start clacking.
Is that a yes?
And the three of them look at the smallest, look at the smallest one, and he shakes his head.
Hi, mantids.
And they wave.
Are you guys gonna be fighting with us later?
And they look towards the big guy, and the big guy points his lightning trident at the Chads, and he goes and he puts up one finger.
Oh, round one, you're fighting them.
And he nods.
Those guys frickin' suck.
And all four of them at the same time nod.
Well, here's some advice. They suck. But they're really happy about impressing each other. So if you make one of them look bad, they'll all start to look bad. So
it's really good advice.
gang up on one of them so he's humiliated, and he'll blame his teammates and just bring down the Chads.
And the mantid nods at this.
I'm also hoping that the bees will put them off their game.
You guys are doing a lot of good strategizing during this mingle session, and I am impressed.
Thanks, Burke.
And so the mantids kind of nod at you, and they look like they are thinking deeply about what you're talking about. They like your tactical mind on this one.
And then if we meet in round two, we can just agree that we both win, because diplomacy is a type of victory.
It's the best type of victory, if you ask me.
Take an inspiration for that. And they all agree to that. They they look towards the big one with the lightning trident, and he nods his head to this idea.
Nice.
Yeah, because then we'd be like a team of 7 in the round after that, and the numbers. You want that in battles. I mean, I just had the craziest boys' night. I'm still trying to repress a lot of it, but I convinced these 2 kobolds, may they rest in peace. But without them, I mean, diplomacy and then numbers. So
yeah, that and we're not allowed to have boys' night anymore.
Yeah, I think one was enough. And more than enough.
More than enough for those kobolds.
Okaat, you as
Gus is turning into a real Richard Hatch over here, and I'm loving it.
Okaat, you can
making alliances before the challenge. It's the Survivor thing.
You can see that Gus and I'm going to guess by extension Burke have been kind of hanging out with these mantids.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice in the shadows, in the darkest part of the room, you notice 4 different female tieflings. All 3 of them are smoking. One of them is
people.
One of them is playing with a blade. And they are
Ooh,
just
pressure's on here.
You see the one who's playing with the blade also has a white shirt and a leather jacket.
Oh, shit.
And
Classic
cool.
look.
and a really cool pair of black jeans.
Damn.
The other 3 are just dressed in a simple black, but they all have little markings of their own. Like the one has green slits, has a green stripe down the center. Another one has Another one has a yellow diagonal. Another one has a blue circle. That's the way to differentiate the 3 of them.
So they're dressed like a PlayStation controller?
So close. So close to it.
Nice.
But they are just smoking and just kind of hanging out, like keeping a casual eye on the rest of the fighters.
Yeah, I gotta get in on that scene.
Hey,
Yeah.
Burke,
Yeah.
you love dark corners. Go mingle
I don't.
tactically.
Okay. No.
And I wink like very heavily.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
I think we might do better if we send Okaat over there. If they're like,
Okaat's already
Well,
going
yeah.
over there.
Once Okaat's over there, you like maybe they won't know we're together, and then you can be like a trump card.
I don't know. I've been weird and moody lately, and I feel like I'm going to screw it up.
No, but they look like weird, moody people. You'll fit right in.
Oh, or else they'll see me and see my weaknesses and take me down because they're insecure as well.
Okaat casually strolls over to the group, flipping one of the birds and catching it in her hand.
The one in the leather jacket goes, "Wicked horns."
Thanks. You too.
Hey, thanks. This is me and the Night Sisters.
Pleasure. I'm Okaat.
Nice to meet you, Okaat. We don't find a lot of people that aren't us. We don't find a lot of tieflings around.
Yeah, I've noticed the same.
And she pulls out a cigarette. She says, "Want one?"
Fuck yes.
And she goes, "Here."
Dying for one.
And she goes, "Here you go." And she hands you the cigarette, and then she just quickly flicks her fingers together, and a flame is produced. And
Much obliged.
and she lights it for you. And she goes,
Oh shit, I think I'm in love.
and she goes, where'd you get that shawl?
Oh man, is that a story? Short version, I went to Treble Base, met with a spider goddess. She weaved it out of the sound of daggers being forged. That sounds pretty crazy, right?
And she looks over at the one in the blue, and the one in the blue goes, "That is the most metal thing I've ever heard." And she goes, "Okay, where'd you get those blades?"
Had it made.
Nice.
Yeah, custom forged.
So you fighting alone? You can't be fighting alone. It's only that weird guy or thing. I don't know what it is.
The like psychic frost mage.
Void
person?
Did he talk in your brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an odd one.
Didn't seem evil.
No.
Just seemed like he'd been moody for too long.
We always run that risk, don't we?
We do. What you gonna do after this? Well, you're not fighting with the Night Sisters, which is unfortunate.
I agree. That is unfortunate.
Who you fighting with? Who's your team?
I don't know if you could call us a team per se. Just a collection of individuals. And we're down one because he's off having a fun adventure with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no feelings about it.
I'm going to roll for insight. That's a lie.
That's a 3.
Yeah, she goes, you totally You totally are a little bit jealous.
Mm.
Important
Yeah.
friend that he's
Yeah.
hanging out with? Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Probably meeting other important people.
Well, I mean, you met the Night Sisters.
True.
So who are your 2 teammates?
The shorties.
Oh, the little dwarves?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that we're not little for a dwarf. We're just dwarves.
I think, and she goes, I think your friend is actually small for a dwarf. You're a little bit bigger than average for a dwarf, and I think he's a little bit small for average.
No,
for
it's
the
just
average dwarf.
that the tall one makes the average one look shorter.
Yep, I'm pretty tall. It seems like
It's pretty
tall for a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
No, what? I noticed that you have a mirror shield there. What can
I
that
do.
What can that do? And she
Well, it
smiles.
can
Well, you
shield,
can't ask us to
and
give
it
away
can-
all of our secrets
it can
before
also
the battle.
mirror.
Come on.
What did you say? What'd you
I
say?
said it can shield and it can also mirror. Get it?
He's a real sass sometimes. He's a sassy one.
Do you like my shield?
You'll get used to it.
And she goes, yeah. And I actually heard you mention Troth, yes?
Trothen.
Trothan, yes. How my apologies. I did. I actually know where that guy is. That giant tree.
Yeah, well, I know where he is. He's in the elf forest somewhere.
I know. I know where he is in the elf forest.
Did you see him regularly?
I see him irregularly, unfortunately.
Oh.
But if you guys want, I can give you that information.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Sure. Just tell me what you do.
Wait, this isn't a haze, is it?
Oh, we don't, the Night Sisters don't practice hazing. But what is your thing? I know that you have a tambourine shield.
My thing is that you don't need to fight your friends, so make friends.
Well, would you consider us friends?
I'd like to.
By default, but like if you throw a weapon at me or something, things will go south real quick.
Well, I mean, I don't have any designs to throw. Me and the Night Sisters don't have designs to throw weapons at you, even though we all are very practiced in daggers. Although I perhaps not as practiced as this one. The way that you have been throwing that dagger reminds me, that seems like a training that I've read about. That's
So, like,
I can't put
what's your strategy in this tournament? That'll help me explain how I would respond to it.
my strategy, our strategy, and the other one goes, the one in the yellow goes, oh, we just, the way that we try to deal with things is we find, and she smiles, she goes, it's easier for us to do a frontal assault because we're all very quick. We all attack one person. We usually go for the strongest, most armored one.
Okay, well, you see, that'd be perfect versus us because being the most armored one, I try to get in everyone's way anyway. So, like, even if you went for someone else, I just stick my shield out and try and stop you.
Right, yeah. See, so what our...
So, yeah, that saves me effort, saves you effort. I get it.
Right, yeah. And do you have any magic to supplement you?
No, this is like a natural bod. I don't take magic supplements.
Do you use magic?
Oh, yeah, well, of course.
Oh, what's your favorite spell?
How can you choose?
I bet there's one that you use more often than most.
Doesn't make
What's
it
that
my
one?
favorite.
The one where you
Probably
can tell
talk to
whether it's-
animals. I like being able to
yeah.
talk to the creatures of this world who I used to not be able to talk to. Queso Crow would have never met that crow without that spell.
Oh, I miss Queso.
Hey, so
We were supposed to be best friends.
Yeah,
And then he flew away.
Free as a bird. And
Queso, come back.
and the Night Sisters go, well, here, I'll give you my unedited opinion. You guys seem pretty radical. I hate those guys. And she points to the Chads.
Fuck the Chads.
Chads?
Oh yeah, we already made an alliance with the Mantids. I'm pretty sure the Mantids are gonna take them out round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those guys. All I want to do is I just want to beat them and possibly win the whole thing, but I'm not gonna exhaust myself for it, you know?
Wait, what are the stakes here? What exactly
Free
are
pants!
we winning? Oh yeah, free pants. I forgot.
Yes, and the four sisters, the Night Sisters look at each other. Yes, free pants. That is the stakes.
Uh-huh.
That's what we were also
These
promised.
bad boys.
Yeah, like
Were-
that.
Were you promised anything besides pants? Because I'll be honest, I was not promised anything other than guard duty.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is
you're
like, I don't know if I want to even do that.
I know.
you're a Shalabin champion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really well for me last time. Let me tell you about it sometime. It was great.
Oh, well, I'd love to hear about it. How'd it go last time?
Badly.
What was the worst part?
I think the worst part was getting kidnapped by Evangeline.
That wasn't a very good story. You didn't tell it. Right, I don't think.
Oh, to tell it fully would take 6 hours.
Or
It's
2
true.
years.
And she goes, well, after all this is said and done, if you guys want to hang out with us, it would be cool to hang out. We know where the Chad's house is.
Don't hang
Oh,
out.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we go egg their house? Because that would be awesome.
Oh, of course.
Eggs? What are you doing with eggs?
Or we could TP it.
What is TP? What are you talking about?
I don't know. It sounded like a thing.
Yeah.
Toilet rolls? Gonna
Yeah.
Toilet roll them?
Yeah.
Toilet roll them.
Yeah.
Better than whatever you were gonna do with those eggs. Just throw them at the house.
Yeah, I mean, you
Be an
know,
omelet.
but sometimes... What?
Could be, it could be part of a cake. Could be just a boiled egg.
Oh, no. These are rotten eggs. You wouldn't want to cook with these.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that. Good use of food waste.
Exactly.
Stinky eggs. Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to just give them eggs. I want to be mean to them.
It's kind of the plan.
And
I didn't know what a Chad was until today, and I already don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like most things immediately. Chads, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you tried to like them, and they shut that down right quick.
Yeah, I mean,
It's their fault, really.
It really, really is.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
This is all the product of their poor decisions.
They say you're supposed to look at the part of the problem that you're responsible for. 0% this time.
0%. 100% Chad. 0% Gus. I agree.
and the Night Sister in the black jacket puts her hand out to you, Okaat, and she goes, I'm Aster.
Aster, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I shake her hand.
Did you introduce yourself?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Sorry I didn't tell you my name earlier. That's impolite.
Yeah, it's conversation.
Yeah.
Plus, with these two, it's impossible to keep the thread of anything, really. I mean, it's
What?
entertaining as hell, but you don't get a lot done.
And she goes, and she turns to you, Burke, and she goes, and she extends her hand, and she goes, Aster.
Burke. Nice to meet you. You guys, yep. Seem cool. Cool dark corner of this room. I like a dark corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like
We were
good-
just talking about that earlier.
I like a good corner, to do my thinking.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just gotta brood, you know?
Yeah, I like to brood a lot. Don't let these bright colored pants leggings fool you. I'm a very serious dwarf.
So serious.
Sometimes.
The seriousest.
And she goes, "No, I bet you certainly seem like more than the pants would have me guess." And she kind of
Yeah, I have a
You know
lot
what-
going on.
You know what they say, never judge a dwarf by his pants.
yeah, that's a famous saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
Everybody knows
something
it.
people say?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
You know, it's like
well,
you can't...
I've been thinking about my pants too much, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, your pants are your own to do with what you will. But,
Well,
you know, people shouldn't, like, look at your pants and make assumptions about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Like, they should get to know you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me is that I picked these pants, but that's
Right.
only a small part.
Yeah. Yeah, see? Exactly.
And then Aster says, she turns to Gus and she goes, "And can we call you Gus?"
Yeah, I'm Gus. Gustus Goldhammer, but you can call me Gus.
And she extends her hand.
I give a very friendly, firm handshake.
And Aster turns back to you, Okaat, and she goes, Have you ever had your horns professionally manicured?"
And Okaat's eyes go wide, and she's like, I did not even know that was a thing.
And she loosens the bun on her head, and it falls, and you can see that they are black as ebony and shiny as hell.
Oh, shit. That is amazing.
You know what? You hit us up after the trials. We'll get you going on that.
You got yourself a fucking deal.
And she says, "It was a pleasure, Okaat, Burke, Gus."
Down with the Chads.
And she says, "Down with the Chads," and the other three go, "Down with the Chads."
And I put my hand in for like a sports cheer thing.
Down with Chads on 3. 1, 2, 3. Down,
Down
with the
with
Chads.
the Chads. Close enough.
Yeah. We'll work on it.
And
We'll get it in post.
down with the Chads.
I'm delayed again. I said it at the same time.
And as you guys say, "Down with the Chads," the large doors that your opponent went through open up, and you can feel an icy chill run through the entire sort of area.
Oh, good. It's the void fish again.
And they hover towards you. They levitate towards you. And Okaat, in your mind, it says, "It is customary for me to tell you where we will be fighting. We will be fighting on a frozen ship."
It seems to give you a bit of an advantage.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I am only 1 to your 3.
Oh, that's fair.
And he goes, It will not be a head-on battle,
I would not expect that.
but I wish you the best."
Same to you.
And they glide right through.
Are we fighting now?
That is where the cliffhanger will be as we take a break.
Had some pancakes today. And there's butter, but I'm like, what is the butter made of? Is it just margarine and they call it butter and it doesn't have milk? Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's like vegetable oil, maybe soy.
That's margarine! They
Yeah.
just put vegan butter. Oh, those assholes.
I mean, I think vegan butter does taste more buttery than margarine, having had both. But
I
meh.
like margarine.
Fair.
Give me some, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
that is good shit.
Or parquet. Remember parquet?
I remember parquet. The commercials always made it look so good.
Container goes, parquet. And they're like, what? Who said that? And it's like the butter's talking. RK. But it's like Pikachu, he can only say his name. RK. But he says it all like seductively.